County school crossing guard is in the hospital recovering from getting hit by a car. Crews transported the man from Garrett Morgan Elementary School this morning.
They say he has serious but non-life-threatening injuries. WKYT's Jeremy Toms reports from the school on Polo Club Boulevard.
Police cleared this scene at Passage Mound and Polo Club around 10 o'clock this morning, but for hours the roadway remained closed and there was an air of concern among Garrett Morgan Elementary parents who were passing by. Police informed them that the school itself was not involved, but that a school crossing guard had indeed been hit. Police say they responded around 8 a.m. and found the man suffering from what were life-threatening injuries. But he has since been taken to a local hospital. Sergeant Guy Miller says he's now responding to medical staff.
He's alert, he's talking, which is good, and his family is there with him.
Miller says these school crossing guards are employed by the Lexington Police Department, so he knows well the dangers that guards face on the job.
Sometimes it's raining, sometimes people are distracted by their cell phones, and they're out there in the middle of the street trying to get our kids to school safe and keep our community running efficiently.
While police don't think this affected the school's operations, only time will tell how an accident like this may affect the school's students who interact with these crossing guards day in and day out.
I don't know if any of them were out here, but you have to think about the kids and talking to them, and that's something we need to coordinate with the schools to make sure that's happening. So.
Police say that at this time they do not believe that any criminal charges will be brought against the driver, but of course this incident remains under investigation, so we'll bring you the latest when we can. But for now, in Lexington, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
And we are still waiting for leaders with the school district to return our calls.